Sheila Burling,
Yes?
have you ever seen this woman, Eva Smith? You've seen her, haven't you? You know her.
No, I've never seen her before in my life, I swear it.
Who is she? Why do you know her?
Really, this is too much. This is monstrous.
Tell me. Tell me now.
Oh, can't you do something?
He can't. Tell me. How do you know Eva Smith?
Oh, very well. Really, I don't see how it can have anything to do with me. I mean, she only died 2 months ago, didn't she?
Tell me about it.
Well, all right, if I must. I went to a shop and I wanted to try on a dress. And she was so young and pretty and
You envied her, didn't you?
Well, yes, of course I did. With her dark, impertinent eyes. And she was laughing at me behind my back.
And then what happened?
Well, I realized I looked ridiculous in the dress, and I went to the manager.
And then what happened?
I asked him to... Well, I told him that I would close the account if he didn't let her go.
And did he let her go?
Well, apparently he did.
And you felt responsible? No, you didn't, did you? You didn't care.
I didn't give it much thought. I realize now how wrong it was. But surely it couldn't have been me that made her kill herself, could it?
She worked on the factory floor for 5 shillings a week. One day last summer, she and some of the other girls, they got it up that they were worth more money. They wanted an extra shilling a week. And I told them no. I told them no. If they wanted an extra shilling a week, they could just go down the road to Croft Limited and Sons and work down there. And you know what I did next? I sacked them. I sacked them all. But because I'm a kind-hearted gentleman, I ended up hiring them back. But not all of them back. The only one I didn't hire back was Eva Smith, because she was a bad seed. She was one of the ringleaders, and I knew she would come to no good. Do I feel responsible for what happened to her? No. We all bear responsibility for our own actions.
Joe Croft,
Yes.
you're a prominent American businessman. You're about to achieve everlasting fame and success by marrying into the prominent Burling family. But one thing may stand in your way. Have you ever heard the name Daisy Renton?
Gerald? Gerald!
You knew her, didn't you? You knew Daisy Renton.
I did, yes.
Tell me, what happened?
I met her at the Palace Bar one night.
The Palace Bar, isn't that a bar known for women of ill repute?
It is. But she wasn't the usual sort.
She was beautiful, wasn't she?
In an incredible way that I had never experienced before.
Tell me what happened.
I bought her some drinks, went back to her flat.
You made love to her, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was something I'd never allowed myself to experience. She made me feel things I'd never felt before. But it was just impossible.
Eric Burling, did you know this woman?
Not really. I may have run into her.
Tell me more.
Well, one night I was out having some fun and
Where?
having a few drinks at the bar at the Palace Hotel.
Isn't that bar known for women on the town?
Well, of course it is, but I was just there drinking, but I saw her across the room, and she looked quite fetching, actually, and we had a few drinks, and I bought her a drink, and she seemed very interested, and she wanted to know about me, and I started to find out about her, and she asked me questions about myself, and I rather took to her.
And then what happened? Did she take you back to her flat?
Well, we went walking after that, and we came near her flat, and well, when we got to her door, and she didn't want to let me in, and...
So what did you do? Did you force yourself upon her?
Well, at that point, I was rather drunk, and I started pushing on the door, and I rather forced myself in, yes. But she let me in finally, and
In the end, do you feel responsible for what happened to her?
Well, no, I don't think that was several months ago. I don't see how I could have been responsible for her death.
Mrs. Burling, do you recognize this girl, Daisy Renton?
Yes.
Where have you seen her before?
She came to my foundation looking for a handout.
Why did she need a handout?
She said she was pregnant, but she wouldn't claim who the father was and said that he was providing her with stolen money, so she came to me for a handout.
And why didn't you give her a handout? She was clearly in need.
She is just the common class. She needs to go to the father of the child, and he needs to pay up and take care of his responsibilities.
So you think it's the responsibility of the father, don't you?
Absolutely.
What do you think should happen with him?
He needs to be responsible. He needs to be hung. He needs to pay for what he has done.
That is atrocious.
In the end, I did feel responsible for her pregnancy. I did everything I could to help her. I brought her money. I did everything to try to make it better, is all. I tried to make it right with her. I think in the end we are brother's keeper. We're responsible for each other in this world. We only have each other.
Did I know she was pregnant? No, I didn't know she was pregnant. But in the end, it doesn't matter. We're all responsible for our own actions. We're not animals running in the fields. She should have taken care of herself. That's right. In the end, we're responsible for our own actions.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't you know he already knows? If we don't look out for each other, we're no better than stones. We're no better than wolves. We're just a pack of dogs. Do you want to live like that? Do you want to be a pack of dogs? You better watch out. Something's coming. I see it. We're all responsible for her death, and there's no getting away from it. All of us. We're all responsible. I don't want to be, but I am.